everyone, Trishtilek. This is Tenzin and you are at Prepper Town. Foremost, I would like to apologize for not making videos for quite some time. I have actually been traveling and been dealing with my own work, because of which I have not been able to put out more videos. My apologies. In this video, I'm going to talk about a book called Tibetan Spring by Mark Steffen. This book was gifted to me by my good friend Dojila, and I really like it. I wish I could say I loved it, but then I have my own reservations and my own apprehensions with this book, because of which I'm going to hold on to the word love for this time around, right? But yes, if I were a student, then I think I would have definitely loved this book. I would have loved this book because of how simple this book is, how thin this book is, and most importantly, how simple the words are. So it is very easy to read through and to understand and to comprehend, and accordingly creating a world in your own imaginations. Also, the story is quite good. My only criticism about this book is the oversimplification of so many important events. But I guess that is a mature me talking. I think if I were younger, I would not have mind all those small details, and I would have loved it. Now, coming to the plot of the story, this book contains two parallel story, one of Tenzin in Tibet and another one of Yangchen in Nepal, Pokhara region. So with respect to Tenzin, she lives in Lhasa with her ailing mother, and she ultimately falls in love with this Chinese soldier named Li, who turns out to be the next supreme leader of China. They ultimately get married. So the conditions which Tenzin sets before she marries Li was that Li will take care of Tibetan people. So that's the amazing story about Tenzin. With respect to Yangchen, she lives with her family members in Nepal. She has a grandfather who she loves dearly and who was actually a very important Lama back in Lhasa. So on her 18th birthday, she was gifted a cell phone, and she would usually or often go on these Tibetan refugee websites and chat with other Tibetan people. Okay, so around that time, her grandfather was not doing very well and was about to pass away. So in that period, all of a sudden, her grandfather says, Yangchen, I dreamt of you in Lhasas. And that word became the purpose for Yangchen. She now wants to go to Tibet and fulfill the dreams of her grandfather. Yangchen, with her newfound purpose, now she starts a chat in a Tibetan refugee website stating, I intend to go to Lhasa. Is there any other person who wants to go? And she's surprised to find that not just her, there are so many other Tibetan refugees who are willing to risk everything so that they can go to Lhasa, right? So they kind of form a plan stating that okay, we will move to Tibet on so and so date. First, we will get together in Shikaze, and finally, together they will move to Lhasa. Right? So different groups are formed from different regions. Say one from Pokhara, another from Dharamshala, another from Sikkim, another from Bhutan. Right? So this is actually the group from Nepal. This is Yangchen, this is Lobsang, this is Chintao, and this is Bodhi. So Bodhi is a half Tibetan, and he has been to Tibet before. So in a way, he acts as a guide. So now the problem is the Chinese government are already aware of this plan, and they have already mobilized their forces to catch all those Tibetans who are infiltrating into the Tibet. So Tenzin, being a Tibetan by heart, wants to do her bit and requests her husband Mr. Li to intervene, wherein which Mr. Li, the supreme leader of China, says, no, I can't do anything, rule is rule and all. So she takes the matter on her hand. She migrates, or she moves from Beijing to Lhasa to help those Tibetan people who are migrating. So in a way, these two parallel stories are now coming together, right? So different groups of Tibetans are infiltrating into Tibet, but sadly, all of them gets caught by the Chinese police. But at the same time, there's a twist. The supreme leader's wife, Tenzin, she actually comes to Shikaze to help these people, but she also gets caught by the police, right? So that is the twist, which because of which lots of drama unfolds, and ultimately what happens is that Tenzin Yangchen finally writes, "Now everyone can come to Tibet." The book ends on a happy note actually, and I was very happy while I was reading it, and I was literally on a clouds nine. Maybe because when I was reading it, I was actually over the clouds, so maybe that's the reason. But the thing is that it then struck me, no, this is not how the worlds work or how the Chinese government works. Mr. Lee might be the supreme leader, but he does not hold the power to say, okay, change the rule now, tak. No, he does not possess those kind of power, I guess. So I was very skeptical about that. But nevertheless, I truly enjoyed this book. But I wish, although it's a work of fiction, but fiction based on the real life people, right? Real life circumstances. So I kind of expected more realisms in this work of fiction. So that is my only criticism about this book. So my final verdict of this book is that it's a fun book to read. If you happen to have a copy with you, then do read it. You will not regret it. But don't expect too much, right? So happy reads. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and share, I guess. Thank you. Sujana.